Hey everyone, open-minded neutral here, and in today's video it's episode 2 of the Guilty Pleasures series, and in this video I'm talking about football movies. More specifically, the ones I can't help but watch over and over again, even if they're not exactly cinematic masterpieces. Before I'll get into the nitty-gritty of my favorite football flicks, let's define what I mean by guilty pleasure. These are the movies I love despite, or maybe because of, their flaws. They might be cheesy, over the top, or just plain ridiculous, but there's something about them that keeps me coming back for more. So why do I love these football movies so much? Maybe it's the thrill of the game, the inspiring stories, or the memorable characters. Whatever the reason, these films have a special place in my heart and provide a perfect escape from reality. At the end of the day, guilty pleasures are all about enjoying what we love without any shame. And when it comes to football movies, there's a lot to love. And the 3 movies I'm picking today are 1991, Necessary Roughness, 2000, The Replacements, and 2005, The Longest Yard.
Illegal contact! Number 51! Zinkutsu elbow thrust! To the up back! Oimawatsu roundhouse lunge kick! To the quarterback! Takatomi insword block to the... Shoot, never mind. 15 yards! First down!
Necessary Roughnesses hit theaters in 1991, directed by Stan Dragotti. The movie centers on the Texas State Armadillos, a fictional college football team that has to rebuild from scratch after a scandal wipes out their original roster. Enter a mix of misfits, has-beens, and a 34-year-old quarterback, Paul Blake, played by Scott Bakula. Plot overview. The plot kicks off when the Texas State University Armadillos lose all their scholarships and star players due to NCAA violations. Desperate, the team recruits a group of ragtag players, including a former high school star quarterback who never got his chance, a female place kicker, and even a convict. This setup paves the way for a blend of hilarious and heartwarming moments as they prepare to face their rivals. Key characters. Let's talk about the characters. Scott Bakula leads as Paul Blake, the aging quarterback who brings experience and leadership to the team. Sinbad plays Andre Krim, a professor-turned-defensive lineman who adds a comedic touch. Then there's Kathy Ireland as Lucy Draper, the soccer player-turned-kicker, breaking gender barriers on the field. And of course, Robert Loggia as Coach Ed Gennaro, whose tough love and unconventional methods bring the team together. Why it's a guilty pleasure. So, what makes Necessary Roughness a guilty pleasure? For one, it's a nostalgic trip to a simpler time in sports movies, where the underdogs always had a chance. The film balances comedy with classic sports drama, delivering laughs and feel-good moments. Plus, the characters are endearing in their own quirky ways, making it easy to root for them despite the film's predictability. Memorable moments. Who can forget the epic training montage, the team's first disastrous game, or the final showdown that has you on the edge of your seat? And let's not overlook the quirky side plots, like the romance between Blake and the reporter, or the hilarious on-field antics that give the film its unique charm. Legacy and impact. While Necessary Roughness may not have been a critical darling, it has carved out its own niche as a beloved sports comedy. It's a reminder that sometimes sports movies are about more than just winning. They're about the journey, the camaraderie, and the laughs along the way. This film has inspired a generation of underdog stories and remains a fun watch for football fans and comedy lovers alike.
I know you're tired. I know you're hurting. And I wish I could say something that was classy and inspirational. But that just wouldn't be our style. Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Right on.
Released in 2000, The Replacements tells the story of a ragtag group of misfit football players brought together during an NFL players' strike. Led by washed-up coach Jimmy McGinty, played by Gene Hackman, And headlined by Keanu Reeves as the down-on-his-luck quarterback Shane Falco, this team of underdogs must come together to prove they have what it takes to win. Each character, from the sumo wrestler turned lineman to the wiry wide receiver, brings their own unique flavor to the team, making the film a delightful ensemble comedy. The humor. One of the reasons The Replacements is such a guilty pleasure is its humor. The film is packed with laugh-out-loud moments, from the quirky antics of the players to the sharp, witty dialogue. Who can forget the classic bar fight scene or the hilarious dance number in the jail cell? The movie doesn't take itself too seriously, which is part of its charm. It's the perfect blend of slapstick comedy and heartfelt moments. The underdog story. At its core, The Replacements is an underdog story. It's about second chances, redemption, and the power of teamwork. Shane Falco's journey from washed-up athlete to team leader is inspiring, and the chemistry between the players is palpable. We love rooting for the underdogs, and this film delivers that satisfying, feel-good experience that keeps us coming back for more. The soundtrack. Let's not forget the killer soundtrack. The music in The Replacements perfectly complements the film's tone, with tracks that pump you up and get you in the football spirit. From classic rock anthems to the unforgettable use of I Will Survive, the soundtrack adds an extra layer of enjoyment to the movie. Why it's a guilty pleasure. So, why is The Replacements a guilty pleasure? It's simple. The movie is pure fun. It may not be a critically acclaimed masterpiece, but it doesn't need to be. It's a film that embraces its flaws and delivers an entertaining experience that's perfect for a lazy Sunday afternoon. It's the kind of movie you can watch over and over again and still enjoy every moment.
Good bullying, people! Both teams are trying very hard!
What the hell's wrong with you? Stop acting like a damn cheerleader.
Sportsmanship, try it.
Shut up.
The Longest Yard is a remake of the 1974 film of the same name. The story follows Paul Crewe, a disgraced former NFL quarterback played by Adam Sandler, who ends up in prison. There, he's tasked with assembling a football team of inmates to take on the prison guards in a high-stakes game. The film is a blend of comedy, sports action, and a bit of drama, with a star-studded cast that includes Chris Rock as caretaker, Burt Reynolds, who starred in the original film, as Coach Nate Scarborough, and a variety of cameos from sports stars and comedians. Why it's a guilty pleasure. Let's be real. The Longest Yard isn't going to win any Oscars. The humor is often crude, the plot is predictable, and the characters are exaggerated. But that's part of its charm. The film embraces its silliness, delivering laughs through slapstick comedy, outrageous characters, and the classic underdog sports story. It's one of those movies that you can watch over and over again, finding new things to laugh at each time. The deeper appeal. But there's more to The Longest Yard than just cheap laughs. It touches on themes of redemption, camaraderie, and fighting against the odds. Paul Crewe's journey from disgraced quarterback to a leader who earns the respect of his fellow inmates is genuinely compelling. The film also highlights the corrupt and abusive nature of the prison system, albeit in a comedic light. The guards are portrayed as bullies, and the inmates, despite their flaws, are shown as a tight-knit community that comes together for a common goal. Performances and cameos. Another reason The Longest Yard stands out is its cast. Adam Sandler delivers a solid performance, balancing his typical comedic style with moments of sincerity. Chris Rock provides comic relief, but also has some poignant scenes. Burt Reynolds brings a nostalgic connection to the original film, and the cameos from football legends like Michael Irvin and Terry Crews add an extra layer of fun. Plus, who can forget the hilarious performances by wrestlers like Stone Cold Steve Austin and Kevin Nash? The soundtrack and production. The film's soundtrack is another highlight, featuring a mix of hip-hop and rock that perfectly complements the high-energy football scenes. The production quality is top-notch, with well-choreographed sports action and impressive cinematography for a comedy. Director Peter Siegel did a great job balancing the comedic and dramatic elements, creating a film that's both entertaining and emotionally satisfying. So is The Longest Yard a guilty pleasure? Absolutely. But it's also a movie with heart, memorable performances, and plenty of laughs. It's a film that doesn't take itself too seriously but still manages to deliver a meaningful story. Whether you're a fan of football, comedy, or just looking for a fun movie to watch, The Longest Yard is definitely worth your time. Conclusion. So there you have it, folks, for the Guilty Pleasures series episode 2. Football movies are the ultimate guilty pleasure because they combine heartwarming stories, over-the-top drama, cheesy moments, underdog triumphs, real-life inspirations, and a hefty dose of nostalgia. Thanks for joining me on this trip down memory lane. What are some of your favorite guilty pleasure football movies? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, and like always, stay safe and stay open-minded.